Hello, this is Dr. Rick Fox, Clinical Advisor in CAD/CAM to Serona Dental, National Accounts and Institutions. I would like to present in this video what's new with the 4.4 software introduced by Serona. Just a real quick introduction to the surface of the machine. Your on-off button is the yellow button here, and that's how you're going to turn the monitor on and off. Your camera is located along the side. This is the lock. Make sure whenever you take it off that you lock it or unlock it. Remove the camera, and then if you look in the front, that's the camera heater right here where the yellow triangle is. You must make sure you always set this back in that heater and always lock your camera in place. The other thing that's slightly different, you can see that you have a standard keyboard, and then below the keyboard you have the mouse. This is what's going to run the mouse, and then you have a left click button, a center click button, and a right click button. The left click button, if you left click and hold and roll the ball, what you'll normally do is this will rotate your model. If you center click and hold and roll the ball straight up and down, this will blow your model either larger or smaller. And if you right click and hold and then roll the ball, you'll be able to move the model. And I'll demonstrate this in a little while. Now the other thing is, a lot of times I'll say left click, which is always this button, and a right click is always this button. And if I say double clicks are always left, and I sometimes will forget to say that, so I'm just giving you a little warning to start off. Before we get started, I want to show one other thing that I like to do. Because your desktop can get quite cluttered, I will normally go over and grab the icon. As you can see, here's the Cerec software 4.4 icon, and then I will place it someplace in the center of my screen so I can always find it very quickly. I'm going to double left click on it. This will start it. And if you look right below the 4, and it says Cerec application is loading, it tells the version number. And this may become something important as we go along and they start increasing the versions. As you can see, the start screen is very similar to what we've had in the past. There's 3 steps we can do. We can either search for a patient, show all patients, or add new patients. Searching for a patient in the database, if you search the patient database and type in your patient, hit the find button, you can see it'll pop up and you'll find Joe Schmo. And these are all the different things that are in his file, and I'm going to get into those in a few minutes. We also have this icon here, which is the start screen. So if you want to go back to the very beginning, say Joe Schmo is not in there, I can click on Joe Schmo. I can also go to add new patients. Add new patients is the same. We have last name, first name, and date of birth if you would want to put that in. Most people don't. Patient ID is your identification number, and again, this is mandatory. As you can see on the step bar, it still stays red. So once we put a number in, now this was in the past is the dentist, and I would suggest that you put the dentist in if you're in a multi-dentist practice. Now I'm going to go back, and then we're going to go to the show all patient screen just to show you what's a little bit different. You can see we now have a dentist file, and I can make this larger or smaller depending on the dentist that we enter. And you can see that we have lots of different dentists. You can put in whatever's needed, and then under each dentist, if you click on their name, you're going to see all the patients that they've done. So this will work out in large clinics, especially in the military, so you'll know which dentist did what. Now you can go in and again add a patient from here. You can also add a new case, and you can add media. We'll get to that at a later date. Adding media is going to be taking pictures or videos. I can edit the patient if I want to change a name, or I can trash it. Now if I hit the trash button here, it's going to delete the patient and all of the restorations that it has on it. If we go to the side with the case, I can go in and look at open case. Again, I can rename the case. Let's say I wanted to rename this molar. We can do that, and then I can hit the save button, and now it's going to be saved under that name. If we export the case, I can click export case, and it will be exported now as a zip file. And the reason for that is to make sure that you get all the information. So I'm going to cancel that. And if you hit delete case, it's going to do just that. It's going to delete the case. And I think what I'm going to do is, let's go, and I want to show you just a couple other things. If I go into and go to this patient, what I'd like to show you, we also have other things that can be done. I have a video. If I click on video, we can play what the video is. It's an AVI file, and what size it is. So it's going to tell me that that is available. I can open that and then actually play the video right from this area if I wanted to play that video. Okay, now I can do the same thing. If I go back, I'll go back to the patient database. So I can go back to the patient database. We can also have in here, if we have pictures, I'm not sure which one may have photographs, but you'll see that it'll have JPEG files, and you can do the same thing. You can open the JPEG files right from this screen.